All right, let's talk about something real quick. I currently have 3 antiquated 3D printers in my inventory of 3D printers. I am looking actually to step it up into a newer model, something that's new and innovative out there. So I have these 3D printers, and I've learned about just about everything I can possibly learn about, like switching out parts and replacing parts. And so my question is how long will these printers last? How long can they keep going? How long can someone with a base model printer, um, keep up with that? So I think the real answer that boils down to this is not that it's a 3D printer, you know, lasting, but I think it's just parts. It's kind of hard of one of the biggest challenges I've had is keeping these things running is finding quality parts. There's plenty of parts to be found, but quality parts. Sometimes you'll buy a part and put it on here or put it in this on the something like a filament or a nozzle, and it's worse than what was originally on there. So um, I've had to do some like wild goose chases to find certain things. Currently, my Anycubic Max, this is the very first one, actually is currently having a problem with the cabling at the top of the head, which we will actually discuss later on in this video. The 3D printers I have been great. I've learned a lot from them. But I think there's like new technologies that are coming out that are making life a lot easier for people printing, which is awesome, which I want to be part of that and I want to step up to that. But then again, I learned so much off of this stuff, the rudimentary of, like the G code and stuff like that. I know people still can do all that. But I think it's kind of neat that we're getting into like AI stuff, where like you could probably put an AI on the whole model and it'll adjust itself on the way the model looks. And, I mean, stuff is mind blowing what's happening right now, which I kind of look forward to seeing, 10 to 20 years from now, what 3D printing will look like. It's exploded just within the past 5 years. I just can't wait to see what we have available. But anyway, I still have fun with these printers just because this is something I never thought I would ever see come into fruition in my lifetime, which I think is just amazing. I love being able to just print fun, quirky stuff and design things that I can actually legitimately like create and hold and touch, and do it all right here in my house and never have to go anywhere. So anyway. Sorry, my cat is driving me crazy. So anyway, I mean, I think it's really cool that I can do all this right here and never leave my home. Granted, I have to get filament, but I can order that through Amazon. It shows up at my door. I think that's just an amazing time to live in. Like with stuff like this. And so anyway, I want these to last forever. If possible. Because maybe one day they'll become like a antique model, like oh, this is the first printer or the first video game. Well, these are the first 3D printers. I doubt it'll ever get like that, but that'd be kind of cool. We're going to fix this guy today. Just a quick tip on how to fix a broken cable on there, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, so one of the problems I've been having with this printer is the zero offset. It's been not working so well lately. I can go through the auto portion of this, and you can kind of see the light come on and off in here. And it has something to do with this cable up here. See that? Look at, I'm touching that cable. Look how that light's going on and off. And look at it, actually already tells me there's an abnormal setting on here. So this is the problem I've been having with this printer, and it's something to do with the cable up here. You can kind of see as I wiggle that back and forth. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Yeah, you see the blue light coming on and off? So it has something to do with the cable up here. And so trying to find this guy has been something more difficult than I thought it would be, to trying to find the exact replacement from the manufacturer. So I went on the big search for it with not able to find anything. So, I keep getting this error, auto level sensor abnormal, please check it in the wiring. So I've come to determine that, hey, it's the wiring, probably not the sensor. Could be the sensor, who knows? I never had to deal with it, but I do notice that me touching these wires up here causes the blue light to flicker on it. So I'm thinking maybe this ribbon cable up here has had stress over time because I have printed so much in it, and that that I'm having problems there. So I'm going to fix that. So unplugging it, you can actually see that it's just a regular standard, well, I wouldn't say standard. It's a 16 pin connector, ribbon connector. And I went online to Amazon, I actually found a box set. This is the FC16 pin female connector, and it came in like an assortment pack. You just can't buy just one. So I have all these additional, you know, ribbon cable connectors now that I don't know what I'm going to do with, but I know that I can use these right here. And it comes with actually the crimp tool. So yeah, it actually came with the crimper and the crimp block. So it's a pretty easy fix. If you don't know how to crimp it, you can probably look it on YouTube. I can show you here real quick. All we're going to do is just be trimming off just the very end of that ribbon cable to where it's flush, and then pushing it down into this new connector, and then crimping it. And then we'll actually, when you crimp it, it kind of cuts it off, and it gives you the new solid connection. So that's the plan here, and yeah, I can't wait to see how this actually works and if this actually fixes my bed leveling problem with this printer Max, because I do have a big print I'm wanting to get on here. I need this fixed. Alright, so one of the things you're going to do is you're going to unplug this guy from right here. It's in this position from right here. It just comes unplugged by pulling these two pins right here on the side. It's kind of hard for me to show this while I'm thinking, but these guys open up and this guy pops right out. Again, it's 16 pins, 8 on top and 8 on the bottom. Make sure you pay attention to the way this cable, I think, is oriented. That way you make sure that you're getting it the right orientation on the next crimp. So luckily I'm recording this, so I'll remember it. And you're going to have to probably take some of this tape off and get some of this cabling protector off of here. So I'm going to do that. And you can see there's a little clip here and a cool clip there, and we'll try to get those out here in just a second. So getting that off was a little bit more tougher than I thought it was. I just pretty much had to break the clamp on there. I'm pretty sure there's a right way to do this. I've never actually had to repair these kind of cables before. I have done like a ton of like fiber cables and RJ45s and other big pin cables, RS232s and stuff like that, but I've never had to do one of these. So this is a new area for me to figure out. But there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that can show you how to do these way properly than I'm showing. Alright, so I got the sheathing off, and I actually clipped the connector off because I was trying to pull it out just to actually make sure looking at the pins anyway. But regardless, I pulled this out. I got a fresh cut on the end, and so now I'm going to cut this little part off right here where it looks like the cable's been rubbing, because it looks like there might be some wires possibly exposed there. I can't really tell. Yeah, maybe some wires exposed. So I'm going to clip it up here higher and put on the new connector. Okay, so I got the other one on. It was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I would definitely recommend watching a YouTube video. There's hundreds of them out there or actually just surfing or Googling on the web on how to actually properly do these pins. I'm not sure if I've actually done them right. Mainly the cut off here. I don't think I had the right tool to actually cut these off flush, because I think they're supposed to be flush with that. But for the most part, I think I got done. I'm going to do a quick test with it just to make sure it's running, and then come back in and adjust the cabling as far as addressing the banding. They had a banding around this to kind of hold this strap off of the ribbon cable. So it's right here actually. It's like a cloth tape. I don't have any cloth tape, but I'm going to probably do some other taping to kind of keep, I see why they did it though, to keep it from rubbing friction on the pin cable. So we're gonna address that. All right, I got it back in here in the, I guess the office 3D printing room. I don't know what you'd call this room. It's just my little office of just like junk and stuff I've acquired over the years. Anyway, I got it back in the office, and so now let me put it all back together, and we're going to see how the test goes. Old school. All right, so this is what I'm getting now. I'm getting hot in NTC abnormal. Please check it in wiring. I'm wondering, did I get my cables backwards? All right, so something is new is now when I'm starting to calibrate my printer, it literally like shuts off. I don't know why it's doing that. That's a new one. Unless something's wrong with the ribbon cable. It like literally shuts off every time. I start the calibration test, I touch it, with the tool, and now it just shuts off completely. Oh boy, more problems. All right, so this is a good sign. I mean, we got calibration set. So I had to go back and actually redo that because I think I missed one of the pins when I did the crimp. So I just want you to be honest with you. I had to do it twice. Luckily, the box had like 10 pieces in there, so I had some spares to re-crimp it. And I don't think I can probably do that again because my cable's getting short, but I could always buy another piece of cable, I guess, and make sure that I do it. But hopefully I won't have that problem anymore, at least to the last of the days of this printer. All right, so probing has started, so we'll see how this goes, I'm not 100% sure how it's going to go. First, hopefully this fixes the problem. If that's not the case, then it's a sensor problem, and I got to replace the sensor. So, again, is it worth keeping these old printers going to, with the heartache of some of this stuff? I mean, I guess if you know what's wrong with it and you can get the parts, I guess it's a good thing. But who knows? Who knows? We're still probing, and actually, be honest with you, usually after we get to the end of the first row is usually where the first sensor problem goes, and then sometimes here. So if I get past here, I think we're going to be good to go. All right, we got through all of the auto leveling, and I think we're good to go. I think it actually worked. I think the cabling worked. So I need to address, again, some of that taping and stuff down there for that. But for the most part, this printer is back in business because I just put a brand new hot end on it right before I started having that problem. So I think this is great. I'm able to start a project. Everything coming out good. So more to come on that. So yeah, is it worth it to keep these old printers up and going? It only cost me what? I think it was like $26 for the clamps and the crimps. And so, I mean, that was pretty cheap. Well, I should say, I mean, it's cheaper than I have spent money before on other parts, such as entire hot ends, motors, and, things of that nature. So, it was a fairly easy fix that hopefully can get this printer back online until I, move forward. I got to fix this one, which will actually go on my next video. We'll discuss that one later. And then I'm in the market for a new printer. I want it to be really, really awesome. I want to go high end. Obviously, consumer, line, nothing commercial, but I'm out there looking for what the next big thing. Obviously, it's going to be multicolor filament, probably with a drying unit on it, so my filament benefits from, drying better, and probably have some filtration on it, just so I ain't got to be breathing in this FDM stuff all the time. Let me know in the comments if you think that maintaining these old antiquated 3D printers are worthwhile. Thanks for watching. I hope you get some kind of information out of this video. And we'll talk more later about what's going on with this one, and we'll show some fixed actions that I'm going to be doing for that printer. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Anyway, talk to you later. Thanks for watching Age Innovation. I'll see you later. Peace.